on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Trick 10s. Today I got something a little different for you guys. I'm out here on the Elizabeth River and I'm in the king himself. King Neptune came back. I know you guys all thought that this was SB Fishing TV's boat, but no, this is my boat. He's using it, he's promoting it, he's doing a killer job, but the bottom line is I got the boat back, I'm doing some sick upgrades, and I can't wait to show you what we've got going on. So I want to give a big shout out to Travis Cook over at Lancet Marine. Not only did he hook me up with the outboard motor for this boat, but he also put me into contact with AG Wraps. Sam was great, he helped me through the whole process. Clinton did the design, Jason Crispin and Jake actually installed the wrap, and Eric helped me remove some of the old decals. The thing looks killer. Honestly, I could not have asked for more. I'm still speechless when I look at it. I know that I have 3 of the build videos of this boat when we originally built it last summer on my channel. They all ran on SB Fishing TV's page. This is the first real video that I'm gonna have shot for my page myself. So with that being said, I want to give you the full run through and walk through of this boat because I put my heart and soul into this boat. I've built a lot of these John boats, but I've never built one like this. This was my complete design, start to finish. It's any and everything I think you could ever need out on the water and way more. So let's jump right into this boat. So as you can see, the layout of this boat is sick. It's got a humongous front deck. This front deck is almost 8.5 feet long, and it gives you tons of room to stand up here and fish. And it's just, you couldn't ask for anything more in a 15-foot boat. All right, so I love the way these well builts are set up. This front V gives you lots of strength and it sets up perfect. Up here I've got an 80-pound, 24-volt Minn Kota Maxim. It also has an upgraded assist piston on it to help with deploy and stow. It's got the live scope on it, and I'm running a Garmin 106 and a Garmin 93 SV. This is my custom graph bridge, dual graph bridge. Got a couple different styles, but this one just fits perfectly in this boat. Looks really aggressive, sits right over the recessed foot pedal tray. The turf in this boat is an ortho deck, 6 mil. It's the blue, black, and teal, and I just love it. I mean, I think the color of it, it really offsets, you know, everything that's going on in here. It's crazy, it's cool. The boat's gotta be, you know, over the top because it is one of a kind. That gets us into our first hatch in the front. This was just a little small cooler. Basically threw this in here just so you could have your drinks or your sandwiches or whatever readily accessible. You don't have to have a cooler in the boat. We've got some drinks and stuff in here, ice. It's got a plug in the bottom you can pull to drain it out to the bottom of the boat at the end of the day. Our center compartment is just a day box. This was something that SB kind of threw in on me last minute, and I think it's a great idea. You can house all of your pliers and stuff that you want to have, you know, easy accessibility to, but you don't actually want to have out on the deck. It's perfect for that. Your scales. We've also got our control in here for the power pull. We've got mirroring storage compartments on either side. Big, deep storage. This one actually houses the black box for the Panoptic system. And I kept that same symmetrical theory throughout the back 2 storage compartments. These are your 2 large storage compartments here, kind of like a front and back seat boater deal. But the heart and soul of this whole front deck is right here in this rod locker. This coffin style rod locker offers the ability to hold up to 9-foot rods, and SB's had about 20 some rods in there and still had room. I didn't go with the sleeve tubes for the rods because I wanted to leave it open. That way you could have maximum capabilities of carrying the most rods as possible. But with this front deck, the way it's set up, I really don't think that you could do anything else to it or it could get any better. There's no room wasted in this entire boat. Every inch of the boat serves a purpose and has storage. That gets us into our back of the boat, our side panels. I've got another 93 SV Garmin unit up here on a swing arm, and I mean, there's no waste space in here. We have this side panel which holds the graph. It's got another cup holder. It's got some kicking speakers and your control panel switch. Everything in here lines up with all of these fuses. It's got a Bluetooth radio. It's very simple. This thing has killer lights. It's got black lights up underneath the rails on the interior, blue lights on the exterior. The speakers have LED lights, cup holders have LED lights. All the compartments have white LED lights in them. So this thing definitely has a lot of electronics going into it. On the opposite side, it has the same deal, side panel, cup holder, speaker, and I decided to throw in a little storage compartment just to kind of keep everything mirrored and symmetrical. It's basically, you got some foam in there. If you put your pliers or scale or your cell phone or whatever. That gets us into our back deck. So I wanted to go with a Livewell in the back. Really, I had no choice because I had this giant rod locker in the front. So we put a giant Livewell in here. It's got the true flow ride system in it. It's got some blue LEDs. I think it's about 23-gallon tank, so it's pretty large size. It was the first one I ever did in the rear of the boat, and I think it turned out killer. The two rear compartments are very simple. They're just a mirror image of each other. One houses the gas tank, some of your paddles and stuff, that's safety regulation stuff. And then we've got 3 Dakota lithium 12-volt batteries in here. Basically to power 2 for the trolling motor and 1 for all the electronics. So that brings us to the rear of the boat. This is a custom jack plate that I built. Basically it works out perfectly. It spaces the boat motor far enough off and at the correct height to optimize performance and speed. It's housing a brand new 2021 Tohatsu 9.9. This thing is killer. It's got electric start. It's got the power tilt and trim. And it's got a lot of power. We also have this power pole micro anchor. This thing is perfect when you're bed fishing or just in the shallow waters. I've got an 8-foot pole for it in there and plugs right here. We don't leave it plugged in unless we're using it, but it's perfect for if you're not trying to drift around and you're in the shallow water or bed fishing.